I want to show you guys something that was crazy that happened over the weekend. It was this lady on the Southwest flight, butt naked. She was bucket naked. Let me see. Thank y'all for joining the Tatum Squad. I got another person. Rufino, thank you for joining the Tatum Squad. Wolverine, I'll get you a super chat here in a minute. She was butt naked. Put it up on the screen. Bucket naked. I don't know what I would do if my kids were on an airplane and this woman high as a kite running around naked. But we shall see. Roll the clip. Look at her, bro.
Oh, she's feeling it.
Oh, I know. I'm okay. I gotta pee, but I'm okay. I won't pee right
People, yes, they trying to ignore her. She's naked, y'all. It's everything out.
You guys okay?
Is this good? I know. I'm trying to like make it to where her boobs are like covered so I don't get in trouble.
Let's go to the news clip. Roll it.
We begin tonight with new details on an unruly passenger aboard a Southwest Airlines flight that was bound for Phoenix. That flight didn't even make it off the ground, turning back to the gate after a woman stripped completely naked and started cursing at the flight crew. At one point, passengers say she tried to get inside the cockpit. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Kariva Devine.
This is a wild story. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Curtis. The entire thing was caught on camera by another passenger who walked us through how it all went down on board. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is live at Sky Harbor, where that flight was headed. And Chase, was the woman charged?
Yes.
Mark Rebe, according to police, that woman was not charged.
What?
Instead, when police detained her, they took her to the hospital for a medical.
Oh, heck no. They didn't charge her? First of all, indecent exposure is one charge. Second of all, disorderly conduct is another one. Everybody had to be inconvenienced because this woman decided to get high and get on an airplane. Disorderly conduct, indecent exposure. She tried to get into the cockpit, which is a felony crime. They did not charge her. Because what? Because she black? Is it because she black, y'all? I'm hoping that it ain't. Maybe it's because she was on drugs. I can't believe it. They did not charge that woman. Let a man do that. Let me put my wang out on Southwest Airlines and do all that in front of your kids and see if I go to jail. I'm telling you, dude, it's a double standard in the justice system for black people, women, and people who are drug addicts. They on a different tier system. If a man got on a plane and did that, he would be imprisoned. I think if she was white, she'd be in prison. Because everybody be like, look at the Karen on the plane. I can't believe that. What is our laws for? And maybe Phoenix can't charge her because she didn't do the crime. She was still, unless the jurisdiction is now, I guess under the jurisdiction of the federal government because you're on a airplane that flies international. But they got laws. They said if you don't listen to the flight attendants, you don't listen to the captain, you could be charged with a federal crime. If you smoke on board, you do all these things, you could be charged. But this woman get bucket naked and flash all these people on the plane, and she totally fine. Insane. Roll it.
Evaluation, even though some of those passengers told me they were scared of this situation and there were several children on this flight. Now, a warning to our viewers, while we did blur parts of this video, some may still find it disturbing.
It was so shocking.
Passengers on this Southwest flight couldn't believe what they were seeing.
This is getting crazy. Like, this is something that you see out of a movie.
A woman on the plane stripping completely naked.
Wait.
Walking up and down the aisle. Was it a packed flight?
It was very packed.
We spoke with one of those passengers who asked to remain anonymous. She said they had just boarded the plane in Houston and were about to leave for Phoenix when the woman, while fully dressed, walked to the front of the plane and started yelling.
I do remember her saying that she wanted to get off the flight.
The passenger also said she heard the woman yell that she was bipolar. Then when the plane started taxiing to the runway,
She started like jumping up and down, screaming at the top of her lungs.
The woman took off all of her clothes and continued to yell.
She's
Others
kicking the
were
door.
evident that she was having a mental breakdown.
At one point, another passenger said the woman grabbed a flight attendant. Everyone on the plane trying to remain calm.
That's
I just kind of
assault.
kept to myself. I didn't want to start any problems, and I was just hoping that the plane wouldn't take off, which it didn't, thank God.
The plane returned back to the gate where another worker came in and covered the woman with a blanket before she took off.
The lady just runs out of the airplane, and who knows where she went.
Houston police said she was taken to a hospital for medical evaluation. At this time, she isn't facing any charges.
I've never experienced anything like that.
We've covered several unruly passenger incidents happening on Phoenix flights. According to the FAA, 2021 had the highest number of incidents in recent years, with nearly 6,000 reported. While that number has dropped significantly since then, it's still higher than what was reported before the COVID-19 pandemic.
Just in complete shock on what happened.
That passenger I spoke with told me their flight was delayed for about an hour and a half before they were able to take off. We also received a statement from Southwest Airlines that told us in part that they have apologized to all customers on board that plane. We're live at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thank you.
I think somebody should sue Southwest. I'd sue Southwest. How is it okay for you to be disorderly, for you to expose yourself not only to adults but to children? You're a sex offender. If I go out right now and I pull my pants down in front of somebody's kid, a minor, that is a felony charge. It's indecent exposure to a minor. That's a felony. I'll be registered as a sex offender for the rest of my life. You'll be registered as a sex offender for the rest of your life if you expose yourself to adults. Then she was donkey kicking the cockpit. She was trying to break into the cockpit. That's a crime. People say they were afraid for their life. Like, what other probable cause would you need to arrest this woman? I don't get it. Houston PD should have, they got Port Authority. She should have went to jail. I mean, at the hospital. You can still arrest them at the hospital. It's a whole bunch of people that do a crime and they high. We arrest them right there at the hospital. You had your day in court. As soon as they let you go, you go from here to the jail. She takes all of her clothes off. Donkey kicks the door. Exposes herself to women and children. Adults and children. The flight got delayed for an hour. How does she not go to jail? So I guess now that you get high, you can do whatever you want to do. If I'm high, I could burn down a building and they won't charge me because I was high. That's the craziest thing ever. But I will say this. I'll put my career on this. That if that was a man that did what she did, he would be in jail. No doubt about it. He would be up under the jail. They probably, I don't know, give him a sentence.